coming out of this guy. So I also want that blue dot to move. So I don't want it to be stationary because that just means it's probably a can on the ground. So I love to give you stats about the equipment you're about to use because some of you freaked out when I said blue people are going to walk towards you when I hand this camera over. But this thing will capture about 4 to 5 pieces per year that I would put my stamp of approval on, not per episode. I'm not a TV show host. I'm not a YouTuber. Right? I want to find this stuff as much as you guys do. I will not make mountains out of molehills for you. So Chris is like, damn it, I really wanted a couple of mountains.
I did. I wanted.
Oh. So that was a 6.1. So I will give you the history of why we're here, and then we're going to spread out. I'll do about 2 to 3 round robins with everybody, take a lot of notes, and regroup us to give you the answers. The reason why I say it like that is because this is where I start withholding information on purpose. I will not be giving you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there with the big red barn. You will get the answers from your communicators. So if you don't have one, be near one if you want to see how that actually works. So what is this place? It's an old parking lot with a smelly dumpster in the corner. Congrats, you made it. Told you, take you guys to weird spots. This place used to be something relevant to the history of Charleston, and it's probably one of the most haunted places I've ever been. To be quite honest, I could probably write a book on all of the evidence that I've ever caught here. So, Keegan, not to sound like a jerk on my end, try to be respectful while we're here. So like you joking around like that, and like where's the ghost kind of stuff, all activity will stop. She will not interact with us at all. That's kind of how this space works. So, sorry, I didn't mean to be a bad dad on that part, but no. I wanted you guys to find activity. This place used to be the Charles and Eliza Pinckney Mansion. Eliza and Charles, who the heck were these people? They had a son named Charles, they had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 Chucks, in case you guys weren't paying attention. That's why we look for secondary clues, by the way, because in the event that the name Charles is heard, I need to know which one it is so I know how to address them. Moving on, the son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. It's a big deal for us, but I hate politics. We're going to move on. If I don't bring it up, they will do it for me in a nasty manner coming out of a spirit box, like where there's my recognition kind of thing. So I just give it to them and we move on. We're going to discuss Eliza instead. Eliza married Charles at a young age according to today's standards. I say it slowly because if you're going to ask her how old she was when she married him, don't expect numbers from the colonial times of when girls got married at like 12 and 14. Think of today's standards because the husband was over double her age when they married. It was kind of a creepy age gap then, it was a creepy age gap now. That's my opinion, take it for what it's worth. We'll talk about the number later. Moving on. She married him because her father was over in England. Dad thinks he's dying over there, and he wants to bring all of his children home so he can see them. And Eliza didn't believe he was dying, so she stayed put right here and got married. It's 1744. You don't get married in that specific year to earn a green card. We are not a country yet, there's no such thing. She married him out of love. This is a true love story. There's nothing horrific about this location. Again, it is a place of respect. You'll see why in just a moment. But anyway, she was correct. Dad didn't die right away over there in England, and instead he starts sending her gifts to where you're standing. One of those gifts happened to be the plant seeds of indigo. That's a plant. Makes blue dye, makes your blue jeans blue. A lot of you guys have it on right now because that's what we use it for. When she got her seeds, no idea what to do with them. She had to learn from her servants and slaves how to keep it going. And then she learned how to make the dye right here, moved it to a cash crop, and got a hold of her father to tell him their rice plantation prices were going downhill. They were going to make a killing with the indigo. And they did. And we now have an international businesswoman during colonial times. Something absolutely unheard of. So that's the boring business stuff of Eliza. Let us get into the weird stuff because that's why you guys showed up. With every communicator, I'm going to assign questions. You can either say these things out loud or you can just focus on them. I usually just call them focus questions. I usually assign them based off of what type of communicator you have, but if you wanted to cherry pick off of somebody else's questions, by all means do so. Remember, those answers can go anywhere. We have, 3 spirit boxes, 1 word generator, 3 cameras, and my voice recorder. Those answers can come up on any one of those devices. The only one that can't get communication is Dad. But he's going to know exactly what's going on because he has the meter of where they might actually be. So let's kind of go around the horn. So Ellie Rose and Laura, you guys have the similar type of spirit box, so you guys will have the same set of questions to focus on. You're going to focus on Eliza's death. The things that we get answers to the most about her death are her age when she died, how she died, where she's buried, and which president was a pallbearer at her funeral. So age, how, where, president. Those are the 4 easiest ones out of your end. Angela, with yours is almost like a capture. It's like a catch-all. So if the answer doesn't go to one of the 3 major spirit boxes, they usually go to you on that device. But I'm going to have you focus on which Eliza we're dealing with. Reason why. The one I just told you about is the second wife named Eliza from Charles back to back. Kind of a jerk move. So his first wife, Eliza, died. 5 months later, he marries the second one. But ironically, they both have a maiden name that starts with the letter L. So they both have the same set of initials, ELP. Find out what the L stands for, we'll know which Eliza we're dealing with. And last but not least, Chloe. Again, have I got the names down?
Yeah.
Look at me. So your spirit box only gives us like 1 to 2 syllables at a time. So the mansion's not here anymore. You're gonna figure out what happened to it by getting the answer. And if you get the what, we often get 2 or 3 numbers from the exact date of the tragedy of what happened to the mansion. There's a clue, it's a tragedy. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Nobody just tore it down. So those numbers are very, very specific. So remember, names, nouns, and numbers are what everybody's looking for. So Chris, did we get any other numbers besides that 6.1?
Not yet, no.
Okay, cameras are all rolling.
Could you actually pick up the lighting?
Yes.
What did it say, viewers of the world?
US. It just said US.
The U.S. Ask it some questions. Ask her some questions. It said ask. I think it said ask.
Pretty vague.
What year did they say?
1744.
Okay, I just heard 94.
It's 90.
Yeah. I heard a 7 when I
That's
asked.
the
what
lady's
year.
name who purchased our farm a long time ago, Eliza. There was an Eliza somebody. I don't remember her last name.
Who else has a noise app? I want to.
I just got precisely and me
Me? That's good.
and Ethan.
Ethan showed up here 2 nights ago too. I don't even know that. I looked into it. But Nee is
Maybe
good.
Ethan. Did she have any siblings?
She did.
A proposal?
No, somebody was actually injured.
Okay.
And I believe it was Ellie Rose that heard the phrase, "to have been injured."
Oh.
For Ethan?
No,
For who?
I haven't told you yet. He asks a lot of questions.
Yes.
It's a possibility to be any. What's interesting is the other pieces that are showing up. I think we're going to call it on this one. We're going to move right back to where we started. All right, everybody, let's
I've
wrap
lost
this one up. Let's go
all,
back to where we started.
Basically went to like 0. It said
Wait. So does this mean I can unrecord?
Yeah, hit unrecord.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. The jacket that loud.
I just heard guns unholding.
Peter.
What's the distance of 10 paces in opposite directions? Does anybody know?
50?
50 feet, exactly. Love it. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up, guys. Anyway, listening to the electricity around us, if there's a spike, I think it's not good. And it is the most boring job. If I don't have 10 people, yeah, I'm gonna use the guy that was super loud for us last night. That's why we're getting out of his way. But anyway, so it's the most boring job, but when we have that spike in there and I can capture voices in it, I can't make out what they're saying.
Ellie, what were the things you heard that you must write
What
down?
did you hear?
I forgot to write down what you said.
I said before, like when I said slow down, calming down, those ones.
So did I say?
The last one. Naughty, terrible, negative.
No, the last one.
Church. And then it played church music. And then I heard water resistant. Oh, and I heard get out.
Yours is difficult here because there's a lot of layers. So the slower you move, the better off we'll be able to find it. So if something pops up, we'll take screenshots and see what it is. We had some a few nights ago, but I kind of determined like it.
I heard white trash.
White trash.
And boo. Boo. But no. Just someone saying boo.
Like boo or boom? Like a
Boo. With an N.
Got it.
I also heard extra, but I don't think that is.
That you know. Extra boom.
I did put out yesterday. It was before white trash.
But when I did like go through it, it turns out it was like branches from clothes. So you just couldn't see it. This is actually a great spot to use the zoom. So you can zoom into the back. But to do that, try to pull on the end of the flashlight as well, so you get the brighter light. Again, it's super stiff, so you gotta hang on to the light. Loosen up. It's almost like a right-handed job.
Yeah.
Keep hearing a bunch of church music.
Anything that looks like a head or body. I'm not really getting anything.
Make sure you were recording because I know you didn't have that one last time.
Yes, no, I've been stopping it every 2 minutes so it
Gotcha.
doesn't glitch in and out.
Always wondered. Let's work alone.
Let's see if I forget. And I don't know how I'm gonna react if I do. But I've yet to see anything.
Sally? Are you here, Sally?
Just move down here.
Sally, if you're here, say hi.
Chloe, look.
They're gonna come up like right up there. Again,
Oh,
we're not
hello,
allowed to
cat.
go on
Kitty
that.
cat.
Now he keeps getting away with it.
There's a little. We got a little
No, he's a
little
nice
friend.
kid. No, it's a nice cat. You need to go in.
What are you doing? Did you see a head pop up on my crying? Dropping and running? Oh, okay. I don't like that. Sound? Can you come closer?
Beautiful wall, hopes I'll never see him again. That's what Dad would say to me. 10:45. Yeah.
I like the word wall. Only because the original Charlestown walls actually were from the so we used to get that word all the time. The Charlemagne, because we literally would be right on the inside of the wall. So I'm not surprised if you got it. I haven't heard it here in a long time.
Maybe it was way after I won.
But still, I get the word baby is the only thing I'm focused on. So no matter what it's before or after.
I just saw something.
Okay, good.
I freaked myself out, so I left. It was like in the corner of the screen, came in like a full female form.
I'm more focused on the word baby of the story that I don't want to tell.
He's over there.
The baby. So again, nothing else has popped up with it yet.
It's right over here.
Like the words Justin Bieber don't count because these people don't know who the hell Justin Bieber is. It's about the lyrics. You've seen Transformers, right? Remember Bumblebee? He didn't have a voice.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he used the radio to talk to us. That's how we communicate. Same thing. Community story and weird.
I saw the screen went like really blue, and all of a sudden like a full female form came in the side, and then it's all red again. All of a sudden. Should I tell him? If you want to tell him.
Can those send here? I just had here.
Which camera?
This one.
And I heard.
Can I see what you have? Because we caught something here the other day on your camera.
Yeah, it was in the last video, but it was, I stopped it just to make sure that didn't glitch out and we lost it.
Okay.
But it like all went blue, and then it looked like in the corner came in like a female form, and then it disappeared, and then the whole screen went completely blue.
Okay.
And then I got a little freaked out and I moved to the side a bit, and when I came back it's all red again. I got a little scared. It started walking towards me and I got a little scared.
I also have to check the.
I got Jack Wood. Is that a famous person?
I asked it to move towards me and then it did, and then I didn't want it to anymore.
No, but I do like the name Jack for this location. We're getting a little bit of piratey stuff over here, which is
I just
interesting.
got the letter D.
Just D.
I got 7. When I look.
Oh, you guys are getting really good at this.
management and romantic.
Romantic management.
What?
Romantic management. So, the other night, now it is a rarity that I capture something on here. We watched a blue anomaly in here, so just picture like a blue blob in the same spot, and we watched it drop in temperature. It went from 46 degrees to 43 degrees in 27 seconds. Like, I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like, that's a rarity to find it, like, for that longevity of time. Especially since, you know, we walk with these cameras.
What?
You and
I didn't hear it. I heard I love earlier.
But I have the notes because I gotta check that the infrared.
Oh, why would it repeat it too?
What?
It just said you
I
and
was
I
like, I didn't hear it. She was like, you and I was like, I didn't hear it. And it said, you and I louder. And I was like, oh.
Nothing else weird going on there. Seems everything seems to be normal.
I'm not being like big out of the ordinary right now.
If you're the focus here with that camera,
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, maybe it'll come later.
all right, lots of weirdness going on here. This spot's been.
I heard a child.
Is it the same thing as me?
But the other phrase, somebody heard something along the lines of like, "I'll never see you again." So that's kind of a.
Yeah, I said I'll never see him again.
It was a him?
That's gonna make me run out of paper.
We can text you the notes if you want.
All right, let's get Laura over here.
Is that where you think
Go
you
grab
see
Laura.
something?
We're gonna
It's
go
right here?
back. She went up
I was
this way,
looking at
towards the
this
other floor.
originally when I was looking for it, and then it came out of the corner,
I got
and then I
Jesus
got
at
freaked
one
out,
point,
and I
Not an easy task.
walked away.
All right, let's go ahead and get you on mute. Cameras, go ahead and hit your stop. We're gonna go